Young. I'm Cassidy, and I just want to go through some confidential issues first, some rules around it. So everything stays in this room unless you're at risk of harm to yourself or somebody else. If I'm required by law to give any evidence, and I'll probably take this if there's anything that I feel um, that I need further assistance with of how I've been managing. I'll go to my supervisor, but again, everything else is completely confidential and is in a secure place.
Okay.
Yeah. So what brings you here today?
I guess I'm just kind of feeling really burnt out by uni. I sort of am struggling with keeping up, like balancing assignments and staying on top of the course content. And I guess it's just a lot of stress, and I'm kind of feeling like I don't really belong.
Are you doing full-time, part-time?
I'm studying full time. Yeah.
Okay. And you said that you're feeling like you're not fitting in. What did you?
I guess I feel like I'm not as smart or keeping on top of things like other people are, but I guess I guess I just feel like I'm in the wrong place, sort of thing.
So you feel a little uncomfortable with where you're actually at.
Mm.
Okay. So with your study, you said that you're feeling behind and a little overwhelmed. Have you spoken to your tutors or any of your conveyors about your concerns?
I have a lot of trouble sort of approaching higher ups about things like that because I feel like my problems aren't that important in the grand scheme of things. So I wouldn't want to bother them with that, because it would just be another student who's too lazy to do the work, sort of thing.
Well, it sounds like you're not being lazy. In my opinion, it sounds like you're genuinely overwhelmed by the course load and how you feel about the general environment. So I think it would be useful if you did talk to them, but I completely understand if you don't feel comfortable. But generally, universities are pretty good like that.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're wanting to come up with some strategies maybe to help you, that's something we could go through at a later date. But so are you straight out of high school or where are you at?
I had to sort of take a mental health break before starting uni after high school. So I'm in my second year now, so I'm sort of used to how things go, but I seem to be in a sort of pattern where I get around this time or a couple of weeks beforehand, I sort of start feeling really stressed, like I don't want to do this and this isn't for me and all of that.
Yeah.
So it seems to be like a pattern of stress.
Get overwhelmed and kind of withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. Uni is, it's a big course load, and especially if you've had that time off for some mental health issues. Did you want to explore any further those today, or?
Yeah, I guess it was just I was really in a bad spot, with depression, and it took a lot of little things to sort of get here, building myself up. So it took a while, out of high school to get to a point of confidence where I am now, to be able to come to uni and talk to people and stuff like that.
Well, you're definitely winning. You're in your second year, so you got through the first year. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what was, I guess, coming back to, was there an event or something that caused the issue for you before you started university? Or?
No, not really an event. It was just sort of a general like mind state that I had for a long time that I sort of didn't address while I was in high school, which I should have probably.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just sort of an amalgamation of a lot of different problems that I didn't address.
Yeah, so compressed and
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah. And did you have, what support did you have through that?
So I went to counselling. I went to the doctor. I went to counselling. So I have been to therapy and I've done the CBT and the group therapy and stuff. Which it was helpful in some ways. It was good to get out of the house. I think was a good stepping stone for me. It was good to be around people and good to sort of be able to chat to someone.
That's really good. Yeah. So, how long ago did you finish your previous counselling?
So I think if memory serves, it was like 2018. So I've been studying since then. I did some TAFE before coming to uni, just to sort of like dip my toe in and see what was what.
So you had that support to build yourself back up,
Yeah.
and do you now feel like you're coming back down a little bit, and that's why you've come to see me today?
Yeah, I feel like it's like I'm back at a point where I feel like it's not worth it. Like coming to uni and doing the work and having to do assignments and stuff isn't worth the stress, and I would rather just go back to. I feel like I would rather just go back to like being a blob of nothing.
So unfortunately, it's not a good way to feel, is it? So what is it that you're actually studying at university?
So I'm doing psychology and criminology,
Oh, nice.
which it's good. There are some parts that aren't super interesting, but it's fun to find things that I like in the subjects. Which,
That's positive.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's great that the psychology part, if you've had issues in the past, it's obviously something that you want to explore, and that maybe you want to support other people that have gone through things that you have. Would I be correct in doing that?
Yeah, I think it would be. I kind of feel like I'm doing this degree to sort of find an area that I'm super interested in. Like, for example, our counseling class is, I'm sort of enjoying it and I'm sort of hating it because I like the idea of helping someone and chatting to them and all of that through that, but I still have lingering issues with, like communication and being comfortable, being around other people, which is sort of hampering that.
That's all part of the process, isn't it? The learning, coming out of your comfort zone.
Right.
Think on that for a minute.
Mhm.
So, right, so you've seen cancer in the past.
Yep.
They helped you build back up from your low point. You've come to uni. You've done well. You're in your second year, and you're starting to feel that pressure again.
Yep.
And yeah, another great step to come to counselling again.
Yep.
It's obviously worked for you in the past. As I was saying before about getting in contact with your tutors, you said that you don't really want to do that. Is that something you feel you could possibly explore?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely thought about it in the past. Like, I've drafted like how many emails to the tutors and whatever, but never sent them off because I just feel like I should just suck it up. Like, I'm just whinging and I should stop being, lazy and whatever.
Being lazy, yeah. You're feeling pressured by the sounds of it, a bit overwhelmed.
Mm.
Do you have any support, like friends, family?
Yeah, my family's pretty supportive. I think I would be fine with sitting and like chatting to them about being stressed, but I I feel like a lot of the time those external things don't really help. It really has to come from me to make it like to feel or make any meaningful change.
And what's their thoughts on, did you express that you're feeling this to your parents?
Yeah, they sort of they give you the, you can do it, you'll be fine sort of thing, which, it's nice, but it doesn't really
Yeah,
help
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah. I guess, yeah. I'm just trying to be little cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So, right, so you don't feel you can really dig deeper in with them for that emotional support, just your encouragement.
Right.
Emotionally, do you have any friends that you've been able to speak with?
Making friends has always been something I've really struggled with. So I do have people that I hang out with, like online and in person,
Yeah.
but I'm not at a place with them where I could send them a message being like, hey, I'm sort of struggling, which I can imagine is difficult for anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have that. My partner is good in that sense, but it's sort of the same as with my parents, where it's just like, you can do it, you'll be fine,
Okay.
which is again nice, but doesn't really help.
Yeah. Well, thank you for feeling like you can come here and share it with me. I'm happy to be your emotional outlet, obviously. Being mindful of time, I just want to kind of go back to the overwhelmed pressure you're obviously feeling with university. Is there a possibility that you could maybe go part-time?
It's definitely been an option. I've definitely thought about it, but the thing is, because I'm on Centrelink at the moment, you have to be full time, otherwise you get zilch, which is fine. I understand that, but it's a little bit much for me at the moment.
Yeah, that sucks. Are you living? So you're not living at home, you're.
I'm living at home, yeah, but I pay rent.
Okay. All right. So that doesn't sound like that's a viable option for you at the moment. Maybe something we can look at next week is some strategies for you to find a way to feel less overwhelmed. Maybe you might be super organised, or are you not feeling very organised at the moment?
I like to feel. I think I'm pretty great with organization. It's just it stressed me out. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We can go through what your strategies are already, and I guess where we can help you improve, or like just how I can help you realize that you can do this. You got 1 year out of the way. You've had the hurdle of emotional problems before and come through it. Is that something you would be interested in coming back again?
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and yeah, do you just want to go through school stuff, or is there anything else you need to dig deeper into?
I think that's kind of where my stresses end at the moment. It's there's just school that is kind of bugging me out a bit, but
Yeah, well, it's a big thing. It's a big step. Well, again, thank you for sharing that with me. And yeah, I'll set up a time for you to see the receptionist, and we'll book back in at a time that's convenient for you.
great. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.